What's up, guys? So it is the end of September, which is significant for a few different reasons. One of them being that it is Banned Book Week. And Banned Book Week is really all about censorship, specifically in literature. And so you have a variety of different books that have been challenged or banned. This mostly is censorship within the school systems, so you may not be able to find these books in a school library. Sometimes it also affects public libraries as well, but it's not so much of your bookstores because these books still need to be read. Personal opinion. And so there's a vast variety of different ones. Sierra and I have talked about a number of them on our podcast, 7 to be exact. So you can just keep track of all of that over on our social media, which is leagueoflit.tumblr.com and League of Lit Podcast on Instagram. So we're talking about Banned Book Week and what books we like, what books we have talked about on the podcast that are in fact banned or challenged. I mean, the epitome of Banned Book Week books would be Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, which I did not read as a high school student. I read it as a 20-something because I only read it 3 years ago. And I definitely appreciated it more as a 20-something than I probably would have as a teenager, but I still feel like I would have appreciated it as a teenager. It's also just the whole story is a really cool experience and is a really good depiction of what our world would look like if we allowed all of these challenges and bans to exist, because people will literally try and ban something for anything. Most commonly, it's for language or depiction of sex or graphic violence. But the thing is most of the people who are challenging and banning these books, they've never read them. I remember one of my professors in college talking about it because we spent a very decent amount of time talking about banned books, and there's nothing better than a banned book, honestly. Now, I'm not saying that all banned books are good, because I've definitely read some banned books that I didn't really care for, but I read them because teachers asked me to, and I can't say that I'd read them again, but, did it challenge the way I thought through things? Yes. And that's what most of these banned books do, is they challenge the way we look at certain topics. Having that challenge is what creates growth. And so do you want society to stop growing because you've challenged and you've taken away their opportunity to be challenged on a specific topic that could have actually helped them grow? But the other reason why the end of September is significant is now we're getting into October. And I have decided to partake in Booktober this year. The goal that I'm setting for myself is I'm going to try and complete a book every single week of October. So that would be a total of 4 books. Technically, we could maybe stretch it a little bit to 5 because you have 3 days, the 1st, 2nd, and the 31st that are not part of complete weeks. Could maybe squeeze in a 5th, but we're for sure going to go for 4. I have a couple that are already I know I'm probably going to listen to them, because I also try in the month of October to read a little bit more about outside of my comfort zone of, YA contemporary, which seems to have been my comfort zone as of late, or really just any form of contemporary. I know I have at least one Riley Sager book on my reading list, which he's more on the thriller horror side of things. I'm not super huge on any of that, but I really enjoyed Final Girls, so I'm looking forward to reading another one of Riley's books. I think I'm going to add Better Together by Christine Riccio, Extine May on all forms of social media. I enjoyed her Again But Better, so I'm looking forward to what Better Together will look like. And so those are the 2 books that I physically have copies of that I'm hoping to actually read. However, it is difficult sometimes for me to sit down and actually physically read a book. So it may only end up being that one of those actually gets read throughout the whole month of October. But I have several books that are on my Audible that I intend to look at, like Pride and Premeditation, which is essentially a murderous take on Pride and Prejudice, and I'm kind of excited to see how that one goes. And then I will probably read an Agatha Christie because Who doesn't read an Agatha Christie in the month of October? But that is the goal. Ultimately, the goal is 4 books for this month. And hopefully it will be the 4 titles that I listed, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll do a wrap up near the end of October of kind of where all of that is at. And yeah, we'll just be along for the ride, and maybe there'll be some INRs specifically on those books that come out, so we can have all sorts of fun. But yeah, that's it for me. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share, and I will see you next video. Bye.